I'm back with my December Daily 2015 album. I'm so excited to show you this album. It is prepped and ready to go. All my foundation pages are done, covers done, the whole nine. And so I am ready to start documenting my December memories. I'm going to talk in general about the album first, and then I'm going to point out some specific things that I've learned from this process so far and some things I'm doing differently this year. I know that there's several of you that are interested in that type of information, and so I want to share it with you. Also, be sure to check out my blog as well, and I'll have that same information and more on my blog, kind of talking about my process and what I've learned so far. So let's look at the album, because I know that's what you guys want to see. So I purchased the white album from Ali Edwards. Now the kits and the albums are sold separately, and there's a few album choices that you can choose from, but I chose the white. On the spine of the album, it has this metal 2015 embellishment, which I really love, and I just want to keep it just like that, really clean. And then on the cover, I waited until I built my foundation pages before I did the cover, and I'll tell you why. Typically, if I start with the cover, it'll take me forever to get to the foundation pages because I'll pine over the design of the cover, and I decided not to do that, so I waited until the very end. What I ultimately ended up doing, in the Ali Edwards kit, we got a pack of red chipboard letters, and so I put the letter C on the front cover to stand for Calvin. That's my family's last name. And then I took one of the canvas stars that has little gold dots all around it and put that here to sort of embellish that C. I purchased several of the stamp kits. I believe this particular stamp came free to me because I'm taking the Storyteller with December Daily class that Ali offers, which, by the way, I highly recommend that you do if you're starting this process, or maybe you've been doing this process for a while and you want to hear sort of her take on the process. It's a 4-week class that's offered through November, so check that out on her website, and I'll post the link below. So what I did was I stamped the word December that came with this particular stamp set, and then I heat embossed the word with gold embossing, and it turned out beautiful. It's clean, it's simple. I wanted the sparkly gold to add just a little bit more whimsy to the cover, and I think it turned out great. So let's go ahead and look inside the cover. Now, some folks are decorating the inside cover. I'm probably not going to do that because I can't decide what I want, and I'm not going to pine over it. If I get a wonderful idea, then maybe I'll do that. Alrighty, so we're going to start with the first page, and this is one of the acrylic divider pages that comes with the Ali Edwards kit. The silver star also came with the kit, as well as the rubber label that says December Daily. And this 25 is a little acetate number that came with the Scraptastic Kit. And you can see all of my kits for December Daily on my December Daily prep video here on the channel. It's in the December 2015 playlist. If you turn the page, you come to another divider page that says Merry, Happy, Love, Joy. And then I get to my intentions page. Now, for those of you who've been following Ali Edwards in her December Daily, you know that she starts her album with an intentions page, or my reason why. And what it does is it sets the tone and the focus for the project. And so for me this year, I'm focusing on, as I go into 2016 and in this year, I'm focusing on living with intention. And so for my album, I want to especially pay attention to not only the wonderful Christmas magic that happens, because this is my most favorite time of the year, but those little moments that I neglected to pay attention to when I did my 2014 album. It was the first time that I did it, so I didn't know what the heck I was doing. My goal is to tell one story for the 25 days of Christmas. One story, that's all I'm focused on, and that is the whole idea behind this project. I'm also going to talk a little bit in this album about shifts that are happening in my life. I've got some things that I'm planning on doing within the next year or so, and now is kind of the time where I'm really focused on that. And so I'm focused on what matters to me. And so this album will feature a lot of things that are at the core of my heart. And so starting with this intentions page was incredibly helpful for me in setting the focus of this album and the overall design and construction of my foundation pages. Now, I took this design straight from Ali Edwards. I lifted this design, and what essentially she did was she printed out her intentions. Now, you can find this this My Reason printout, as well as she has one that says, I think, intentions, and it's kind of designed a little bit differently on her website. And I believe if you look on her blog where she talks about her December Daily, she posts links to where you can get this at, and you just simply print it. You can resize it. It comes in a PDF or PNG or some other formats. So essentially what she did was she printed this out and did her intention statement, and then she adorned it with one of the wood veneer stars that came in the kit, and she cut that in half and put it on opposite sides of each other. And I thought that this was absolutely perfect and beautiful, so I lifted that from her. So one of my tips is don't be afraid to lift ideas from other people. It is okay. That is perfectly permissible in the scrappy world. Okay, so a couple other ideas that I sort of took from Allie, lifted from Allie, is I took one of the divider pages that came with the kit. Now all the divider pages came with this album. Or with this album. And so I cut one of the strips off of the divider page, and I added some little embellishments to each pocket. And I took my fuse tool and I fused the pocket shut. Now these two are a little bit wonky because I didn't line them up well. And then I took one of the chipboard numbers, and this is day number 1, and I heat embossed it. And I used a little Christmas stamp that came with one of the kits. And I saw that in her album. I thought, oh, I've got to do that. Then I took one of my label punches and punched out a label, and it says "'Tis the Season," and that's another stamp that came with the kit. And I added some little embellishments in there and called it good. And so for my day number 1, I have this one page. Again, I'm keeping this process simple. So ideally, when I get to the day that I'm on, I just pop in my photo here. I have a card that I can embellish a bit, and then I have a card for journaling, and then I'm done. I'm focusing on just one story per day. And I'm not focused so much on the embellishing of it, but really just telling the story. So that's day number 1. Here's spread 2, or for day 2 and day 3. Again, keeping it very simple. Day 4, I decided to spell out the word "for," and I think later what I'm going to do is stitch this with my sewing machine, but I'm not quite sure yet because my sewing machine hasn't been acting all that great. And so as you can see, I've provided space for photos and then for journaling. We come to another divider page. I'm using one of these really cool, very, very thick acrylic red, I guess they're maybe snowflakes. And then I took another one of those rubber labels, and that says "Happy Holidays." And here's my day 5. I'm using some of my fonts that didn't come with any of the kits that I purchased this year. So my other tip is don't be afraid to use what you have in your stash to make it work. And so I grabbed some thickers and a label that came with, I believe, the Scraptastic kit to label for day 5. And I have a spot for journaling and a spot for my photo. Here's day 6. This is one of my favorite spreads so far. Again, taking another one of those red chipboard letters with the silver star. I think what I'll do is I will cut out a small photo here to sort of tuck underneath there, and then under that little star, and then I'll do some lots of journaling here. Page 7. Now you'll probably notice that some of my pages aren't embellished yet, and that's on purpose because I don't know what memory I'm going to document on these particular days. But at the same time, I didn't want the embellishing to be the focus. I want the story to be the focus. So I've got a spot for journaling here. Here's day 8. And then, of course, in here will go the photo. Here's another divider page. It's an acrylic page with some gold embossing on it, which is very, very pretty. That came with the Allie Edwards kit. Then I get to day 9. Very clean, very simple. Day 10, I'm using some cards from the Scraptastic kit along with this little fused number 10 that also comes with the kit. Then I get to another divider page that has the little multiple boxes in here. I think they're 2x2. I adhered a tag that came with the Allie Edwards kit along with another one of those stars and a couple little sequins. My goal is to put journaling and photos in here. And I'm not really concerned that I can see the negative spots on the opposite side of the protector page. That's okay with me. And then another divider page that says December, and it has some gold embossing on it as well. I might add a little something here to this spot, but I'm not sure yet. So again, just leaving this open to be a bit flexible. I'm constrained, but yet flexible. Then on this divider page, I added one of the wood veneer Christmas trees that's painted white from the Allie Edwards kit. And then all across this paper, it says Merry Christmas, or no, it says I love Christmas, I love Christmas. And then right here, it has it spelled in red. And so I put that tree there so that the eye is drawn into this spot. So kind of bring some interest there. So here's day 12. I took a tag and I stamped the story of today. It came with one of our stamp sets. and back that on a journaling card from Scraptastic. Then I've got a spot for journaling here, and then a spot for a photo. Here's day 13, again using some more of my thickers from my stash, a bit of sequins that came from the Allie Edwards kit. This card is from Allie Edwards, it says Let It Shine, and then this one is from Scraptastic with a spot for a photo. Here's another divider page. This is an acrylic piece. It says The Most Wonderful Time of the Year with the silver stars that I added here. I don't know if the camera's picking that up very well or not. Let's see. Maybe I need to put so you can see it. Actually, it looks better in person. So there we go. That's what that looks like. I don't know if it's picking it up well. And then another divider page. I probably won't put anything on this because it's serving as the background for this acrylic piece. And then on this divider page, I added another one of the wood veneer stars, but I heat embossed it in black, added a little bit of silver or gold sequins there, and then the rubber label that says Twinkle Twinkle. Here's day 14. And day 15, using again some thickers from my stash. Uh-oh. Be careful, Bucky. Sorry, Mom. I got a little visitor in here with me. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
All right, and then I took a tag, cut it down round at the edges, because I wanted something a little bit more different in the album. So this is for day 16. And then this little tab right here, I actually cut from the December Daily packaging. I believe it was the label that was holding the sequence bag shut. And so I just cut out the part that said December Daily, and I just stapled that with my tiny attacher on here. And so this is my day 16 page. And I've got a spot again for journaling and a spot for a photo and a little bit of embellishing there. Now I might just keep it just the way it is, or I might jazz it up a bit, but that'll be a game time decision. Here's day 17, using some thickers from my stash, some cards from Allie Edwards. Day 18, I pulled some of the chipboard numbers from the Allie Edwards kit, along with one of these journaling cards from the Scraptastic kit, and I added a tag from my stash. Now, on this one, I embossed as well, those little speckles that you see there. Those are actually supposed to be stars. And so I have a stamp with little tiny stars on it, and I went ahead and did some heat embossing in white on that to bring a little bit of interest. Then on this page, I've had this tag. This is day 19. I added some thickers, and I also added this tag that I've had for, I don't know, maybe 4 years or so. And every year I've been wanting to use it on a project, and I never did. And so I decided this will be the year. And so essentially what I did was I hole punched into the protector page, but I left it open so I can put a photo or something there. And then I tied it with some twine so that it'll just sort of hang. And this is where my journaling will go. And these two cards are from Scraptastic. Then I have another one of these divided page protectors with the little 2x2 squares. I added the number 20 with a sparkly star, and then the rubber banner that says Be Joyful. And I think that'll be great. And I think I will put embellishments and photos and a little bit of journaling. So that's for my day 20. Here's another divider page. It looks to be like a knitted scarf or sweater on there. I just love those photo images that are included in the Allie Edwards kit. Very fun. And then on the back, I got the stars here. Now, I don't know if I'll just leave this the way it is or if I'll embellish it or add photos. I don't know yet. So I'm just leaving that open. And then, let's see, this is day 21. And this card is from Scraptastic. This is from Allie Edwards. So as you can see, they both kind of go together very nicely. It's okay to mix kits that you have. Gives you a little bit more versatility. This is page 22 or day 22. Again, I'm using another one of those really cute Christmas trees from the Allie Edwards kit. I added some font stickers from Thickers. This did not come with the kit. This was a part of my stash. And then a journaling card from Scraptastic, and I left space for a photo. This one's one of my favorite layouts. This is for day 23. I took a circle wood veneer piece that says December going across it, and then the silver stickers here that spell out 23 are from the Scraptastic stocking stuffer kit. And then this card is from Allie Edwards, and this card is from Scraptastic. Now, I left a bit of space because usually around day 23, 24, and of course 25, I'm going to be taking a lot of photos, and I might have more than one memory that I want to share on that day. So I have a spot for my photo here, another spot for a photo, another spot for a photo, possibly some journaling or another spot for a photo here. So I adjusted a bit to make it work for me. Then I've got another divider page with lyrics to a Christmas song, and I just added 2 of the sparkly stars to go on that page to add some interest. Another divider page. And then what I did for day 24 and 25 was I added a bit more space because I wanted to make sure that I documented the special things that we do on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day. So I added another one of these tags from Allie Edwards and punched a hole and tied it with some black and white twine from American Crafts. And then I also have a piece of flair here that says Joy. That comes from the Allie Edwards kit. And then a couple of the journaling cards from both Scraptastic and Allie Edwards. So I have a spot here for a photo, and then some more photos here. And then this one is for Christmas Day. And then I believe I have 2 flair that have the number 25 on it that I might eventually put here, but I'm not sure. I left that open. So I have a spot for a nice photo here. More photo and journaling options on the next 2 pages for Christmas. So again, I allowed myself a little bit more space for Christmas and Christmas Eve and for more journaling and reflecting. Then I've got a divider page, and this has Jingle Bell all the way stamped all the way down the page. And this came like this. This is an Allie Edwards 6x8 page. And I think this lends itself well to adding a photo or some more embellishing, or I might just leave it the way that it is. And then I end the album with this 6x8 page with a bunch of stars on it. And I might put a little something at the bottom. Not quite sure yet what I want to do there. Okay, so a few takeaways so far. The first thing that I did was I decided to keep things simple. I didn't want this complicated. I didn't want a whole bunch of over embellishing that took away from the intention and the purpose of this project, which is to document your special memories or everyday memories or thoughts and reflections for December 2015. So with that in mind, I kept my foundation pages simple yet flexible, because I might get to day 13 and decide, you know what, maybe I do want to embellish this a little bit more. Maybe I want to keep it the way that it is. Maybe I want this to just be focused on the photo and not so much on the journaling. I don't know yet, but at least it's flexible enough for me to do it while still being constrained, because I have all the embellishing, well, particularly for this one, I have all the embellishing that I want on this page, so I just have to focus on the photo and the story. When I know that I only have one story that I need to tell per day for the first 25 days of Christmas, that makes the process 10 times less stressful. So I'm already feeling more relaxed about this than I did in 2014. Now, of course, in 2014, that was the first time I ever did December Daily, so I had no clue what I was doing. Another thing, too, I highly, highly, highly recommend, let me see if I can find it, I highly recommend that you take the December Daily or what's it called? Storytelling with December Daily. I'm sorry, I should have been prepared for that. Storytelling with December Daily class on the Allie Edwards site. Now, whether you plan to buy her kits or not, she provides some really good insights on this project. So say, for instance, she discusses keeping your album simple, getting your things prepared in advance, doing an intentions page, setting the focus of your album. She also gives some wonderful ideas in terms of what types of stories to tell in your album. I hear all too often with scrappers, well, I don't do December Daily because I'm at XYZ point in my life and I don't really feel that I have a story to tell. And one of the things that Allie mentions, and I 100% agree upon, is everybody has a story to tell. We all have a story. So regardless of where you're at in your life course, you have a story to tell. And she provides some wonderful ideas about that. Now, I'm not going to give away her class because I want you to go and go and take it. But I will provide some more of these insights on my blog that I've learned from doing this process so far. And then lastly, one of the things that I'm focused on, one of the major things I'm focusing on, is telling my stories with intention and really focusing in on those everyday memories and things that matter most to me for this project. I feel really, really good about this. I know that I'm going to get it done. I decided not to focus a ton on a lot of projects for December outside of my scrapbook or Scraptastic design team work. I couldn't get that out. As well as my December Daily. I might not do a whole lot more in December because my month is already booked and filled. But having this done, having it prepped, keeping my pages simple but leaving some room for flexibility, I think will really help me this year. And so I'll walk you through my thought process as I go along filling these pages, and of course I will film that as well. Okay, so there's my December daily for 2015. If you have any questions, just post them below. I will post links to Allie Edwards' website as well as my blog. I should have the blog post up hopefully by the end of the day. I've got some things I've got to do. I've got 17 people coming to my house for Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm filming this on Tuesday, a couple of days before Thanksgiving. I will tell you, for those of you who might be curious, this took me 2 days to get prepped and to get the foundation pages prepped. I didn't spend a whole lot of time on this, which I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend on it, so I'm glad that it all came together. It'll sit on my desk, so it's always present for me to work on. And I'm really, really excited about this project. All right, guys, I hope you're getting your December daily albums ready. I hope you're going to give this a shot. You don't necessarily have to use any of the products that I mentioned in my videos so far. Dig from your stash, pick out stuff that'll work, get your foundation pages ready. Be prepared in advance. It helps the process go by so much smoother when you already have those pages done. And don't be afraid to limit yourself. The less choices you have, the better, in my opinion. Not everyone may work that way, but it certainly helps me when I don't have a whole bunch of stuff that I have to mull over when I'm doing this project. But more importantly, keep your focus on the stories, on the specialness, is that a word, of the season, of the things that matter most to you as you enter into December. All right, guys, more to come. I will see you next time.